Hello everyone, Bon Harvester here. Today in this video we will take a look about Bishop B5 Grandprix attack. It's known as a positional Grandprix attack. In our last videos we inspected Bishop C4 and sharp Grandprix attack variations. Now I want to add Bishop B5 variation too because I find I find a nice novelty in this opening, and it's really dominating move, and this move has very high winning rates with black pieces. So let's start Bishop B5 Grandprix attack. Let's start from starting position. E4, C5, Bishop G7, Knight C3, Knight C6. Yes. Now, I think if you watch my other videos, you have to remember this. We are playing E6 here after Knight C6 and after Knight C6, Knight E6, Knight C6, because with this move order for E6 after Knight E7 after Knight C6, we can avoid Bishop B5 positional Grandprix attack. It's easy. We don't have to learn all of these variations and moves. You can play with other move order. For E6, for example, what to play? Just waste time. D3 is impossible because of bishop. White must develop its bishop right now. Let's try A4. Okay, Knight E7 again. Tempos are finished. White must play bishop C4 here if White want to play Grandprix attack after bishop C4. Knight C6, castle, castle, D3, D5, and as you can see in this position, transposed bishop C4 Grandprix attack. So that's because this variation is not very important. If you say this, I learn bishop C4 Grandprix attack detailedly and I will play with this move order. Okay, if you want, but it's detailed repertoire and maybe someone need this variation. That's because I want to add here. And one more thing, I play this move order and I don't play bishop against bishop b5 Grandprix, never. So let's take a look to variations. Knight c6, bishop b5, positional Grandprix attack. Knight d4, attacking both of pieces, and this is theoretical move. Yes, theoretical move. Knight takes d4 here, c takes d4, knight is hanging, knight e2, knight h6 here. Knight h6 is nice novelty, and in this Leech's databases and mega database, last year's mega database, if you check, you can see after this position knight h6 has nearly percent winning rates. Yes, nearly 70% winning rate. It's really nice for black. So hard. Let's keep going. Castle king side, f5. This move's main idea is trying to push f5 quickly, because if whites try to defend this piece, must be careful, because after d3 there is some traps. Single way is playing this one. e5, all ways are always losing. Queen b6 and As we see in bishop c4 Grandprix attack, we are using same idea here. Bishop d3, bishop white must block this pawn because knight is hanging here. d6, queen d6, a4, and as you can see, white's position is going down, pieces are dead, and everything is good for black. If I'm not wrong, this position nearly half point minus better for black. Half point. So, okay, this is our main variation. I just want to show you main variation. Now we can take a look side variations here. In this video, this will be part 1 for bishop c5, sorry, bishop b5. We will examine these side variations, and after in second part we will examine other variations, as you can see this part. So let's take a look part 1 variations. Instead of knight takes d4 here, white can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different moves here. Let's take a look everyone step by step. a4. If a4, b6, trying to open again these diagonals for bishop, rook, bishop b7, d3, e6, and knight e5 here. Nice idea, trying to attack d7 and forcing white to play knight f6, knight f6, knight c4, bishop f8. This variation is strange but playable, in my opinion, playable for white. That's because if you want to play against, if you learn these variations and if you want to play against bishop e5 in Grandprix attack, you have to learn this variation. Sorry, you have to learn this variation. Knight a5 again, a6, trying to get rid of this bishop from this diagonal because this diagonal is dangerous. Bishop c4, bishop g7 again because knights cannot go right now c4 and cannot use this weak dark square d6 square. Knight e2, knight e2, queen e2, and castle kingside. Now after some moves, after d6, I think everything is equal and black is a little bit better. c3, d6, knight f3, d5, takes, bishop b3, queen c7, knight a5, and knight e8. After this position, game is completely equal. No, black is a little bit better, I think. Let's take a look. I don't remember what engine says here, but I think little bit better black, just little bit. Yes, as you can see, engine says black is little bit better here. And why knight a8, I didn't remember. Let's take a look at small time. I think instead of knight a8, rook move is better. Let's take some depth. So yes, rook a e1. I think rook a e1 better for this variation. And okay, let's take a look at other variations. After rook moves, as you can see, black completed its own develop developed, piece developed, and black has no problem because has central advantage, has weak square on king side. Its black bishop is on a nice diagonal, as you can see and know. Dark square, while you are playing black pieces, you have always been faced with light squared bishop problem, where to play, where to develop, and how to develop. But in this position, black has no bishop problem too. Everything is okay for bishop black. Okay, let's take a look at other variation. Instead of knight takes d4, let's take a look bishop d3 here. Bishop d3, sorry, knight d3, knight d3. Bishop d3, of course. Why I confuse it like this? d6, knight takes d4, c takes d4, knight e2, knight f6, trying to put some pressure on e4 pawn because there is no c3 knight and pawn is blocked. This pawn will be some weak for attacks. Knight takes, castle king side, knight f3, knight h5, g3, a5, d takes, and b3, bishop g4, bishop a3, rook a8, queen a2, f5 here. Let's take a look right now. We have one side variation inside of this variation, but first of all, try to evaluate this variation. White has nice bishop in nice diagonal, and this bishop can go long diagonal too. e4 pawn is still in pressure after knight c6. White must be careful. White cannot take f5 pawn because of black can play e4 because its own rook on e file, and rook castle king side, and castle is not problematic. After king h8, black will be safe. Yes, everything is clear. White is just one pawn up, but white pieces are bad placed. As you can see, this knight, of course, this knight is bad placed, but this position is playable for white, and I think black has no very strong compensation against one pawn, and this position can be defendable in my opinion. That's because I don't like to play against bishop b5 Grandprix attack, because bishop b5 is strong when you can play knight h6, when you can find the chance for playing this variation. Other side variations are white can find some equality and playable variations, and it's meaning you have to remind so much variations. So I don't like this. I don't like remind everything. I don't like I just like remind variations which is gives benefit to me. So let's take a look. Side variation. Knight takes d4, and here instead of knight takes d4, castle king side, c3, e5, c takes, and after e takes f4, rook f4, knight h5, rook f, bishop g4, queen a4, bishop b6, queen b6 again. 5 opening lines for searching some counterplay or searching for chances. Oops, engine staying open, sorry. In this variation, these open files and diagonals gives some chances for black, and I think black is better here. As you can see, after rook c8 or rook e8 and using these diagonals and files makes little bit better for black. But if white play knight takes d4 here, white can reach this position, and this position is, in my opinion, defendable. But defendable not meaning winning. White is in winning position. If you like this position as white black pieces, you can play this opening, no problem. So let's take a look at the variation. Instead of knight takes d4, bishop c4, e6, knight takes d4, knight c takes d4, knight e7. Look at that. We are trying to transpose this variation as bishop c4 Grandprix attack. d3, d5, bishop e3 takes, b5 or a5 with the idea a4 and push forward, and queen b6 fork with our bishop c4 main line idea. Playing b4 here because main difference is with bishop c4 main line. At this position, white must castle kingside. White must play castle kingside. But because of bishop b5 after bishop c4, white lost tempo. That's because white king in center, and this variation is very playable for black. And after knight f5 again, as you can see, knight g3, bishop e7, and game is better for black. So let's take a look. There is one side variation inside of this variation: e5, knight e7, knight e4. In this position, if white plays e5, you can try to get this pawn from center with d6, knight e7, knight e4, knight f5, takes, and d5. Now d5 is strong because bishop cannot go b3. If white plays something else, for example castle kingside or d3, d6 is better here. It's a small difference but important, just I want to say you. d5, bishop b5, bishop d7. Look, nearly all pawns are staying on white squares. That's because this bishop is very bad bishop, and it's the chance for exchange, trade these bishops. Queen a7, knight f3, and h5. Knight is strong here, pawn is under control. Black can use this diagonal or use this diagonal, black bishop, no problem. Everything is good for black. Black has any problem in this variation too. Okay, let's take a look other variation. Castle kingside. Knight takes b5, of course, because we are getting bishop and some tempos with e6 or b5, and d3, bishop b7, knight e2, knight f6, knight g3, of course, queen c7, bishop d2, d6, queen e2, rook, and f5, castle kingside and f5. No, so let's take a look. White has nice placed bishop, and its diagonal is open, and also black's other bishop is strong too. Queen placed very good, and g3 knight is out of game because there is no strong kingside attack chances, and this knight quite worthless here. If this knight stay in c3, this knight can be go this d5 or b5 in important times for attack queen and important squares, but now it's a little bit out of game, and bishop is looks passive, but c3 is nice for him. Black is better, minimum 1 minus 1 point better for black here. Okay, let's take a look. There is one side variation. Oh, sorry, two side variation inside of this variation. Let's take a look. a4 here, trying to gain some space from queen side. b4, knight e2, bishop b7, again trying to develop our bishop. d3, knight f6, queen a1, a5, and black's queen side. I drive wrong, sorry. So strange space advantage, but black has huge space advantage on queen side. So white trying, I think white will try to attack king side in this position because it's single chance. e5, queen h4, d6, rook h1, and after queen d7. Be careful if you castle king side quickly here. f5 is come strongly because every pieces are staying on king side. That's because don't be you don't make castle king side quickly. Just wait with other development moves. For example, maybe rook c8 or queen c8, rook d8 or queen c7, something like that. After that you can castle king side, no problem. Maybe if you have if white pushes before your castle king side with palm storm or piece play here, you can castle queen side because it's playable, not very difficult as castle king side. Okay, let's take a look other variation. Instead of d3, white can play d4 here. It's very understandable move, trying to open game, but white has no white bishop. This white bishop in open games, this white bishop is very important. Take, bishop b7, starting to put some pressure on e4 after d6, knight f6, something like that. Queen d3, d6, bishop e3, knight f6. White put two pressure on e4 pawn, and now threatening with b4, and e4 is hanging here. Knight f3. Let's take a look. I just wondering, let me take a look. I think b4 is playable here for black. b4, e5. Let's take a look. If b4 plays, oh, of course, come on, blocking bishop's way. Okay, sorry. So after knight f3, knight g4 and attacking bishop, it's very good move, trying to exchange dark squared bishops, but e5 comes as like lifesaver. F takes, knight takes, queen e3 and knight c4. because white has no white bishop. Game is very good for black here, and yes, black is better. I can say this one, black is better here. So let's take a look last variation here. D3, Queen A5. This knight is pinned and white is threatening with knight takes B5 and bishop C3. Black has two different threats here. Bishop C4, knight takes F3, G takes B5, and bishop attacked rook. We solved rook problem and B4 here. It's not working because after queen takes, bishop D2 helps and queen protect his own king. That's because playing on queen side is better idea. Knight E2, bishop takes, and bishop G7. Now black has clear pawn up. Black has no problem, and after some moves black can play bishop A6, bishop B7, at F6 for with attacking idea on the D5 bishop, and after castle kingside, no problem. Bishop B3, knight F6, castle C3, and bishop B7. Black pieces are developed and no problem. After exchange on B4, black will have pawn majority on king sides for 2 pawn against 1 pawn, and it's meaning big problem on endgame. That's because we can say this one, black is clearly better here. So in this video we will, as I said, we will examine 6 moves here, and in other side variations we examined these variations. This is side variations of bishop b5 Grandprix attack, and in our next video we will examine knight h6 idea, its novelty. It's a new founding idea, and there is no too much games played with this idea, and its winning rate is really high, and this is medicine of bishop b5 Grandprix attacks in my opinion. But still white has some choices and chances for playing side variations. So see you later in next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.